What is up, guys? I am Dino, and welcome to the finale here for the green pool of drivers for the Dual Duqueine Esports League. So we have arrived at Circuit de l'Esparth here in Le Mans. Is it in Le Mans, France? I forget where this track is located specifically. So part of my ignorance. But either way, we have a championship to decide. So Fran Philippe qualifies on the pole position and is your championship leader at 100. Well, technically 199 points, but now 200 as he's picked up the bonus point for the pole position. Alessandro sits P2 on the grid here this afternoon. P2 in the points as well, sitting 17 points back of Fran Philippe. Going to need a big afternoon for himself and also for some misfortune to come the way of Fran Philippe. Ponzinibbio is P3, Kipso is P4, Napali P5, Turbo is P6, Babu is P7, Rusako is in P8. Zabi is in P9. He still has a mathematical chance to get himself back into this championship, but thus far has been a horrible race weekend thus far for the Slovakian driver. Going to need a big day and some big misfortune for not only Fran Philippe, but also Alessandro by extension. And then Sparship will cap off the rear of the field. So all three compounds of tires are required, and the pace car should be coming into the pit lane this time by a 1 hour long race here this afternoon. Let's see what happens here in Spa. Spa? Nice, Le Mans. Ew, still waiting, and there we go. Green flag's in the air, and the race to turn number 1 begins now. So Fran Philippe will lead down into T1. Alessandro follows in P2. Not much changing here. I don't think we'll be seeing any changes of position, although there's a bit of contact there between Chorbo and Zabi, although it looks like everybody's made it through, and of course, exit stage left goes Meli Babu. I mean, at 50 miles an hour, just, ooh, not a career highlight, to say the least. Go figure, I step away for 1 second, and unfortunately one of your championship leaders, really the main, oh, wow, that could have been disastrous there for both he and Fran Philippe, although thankfully Alessandro doing the right thing, taking himself out before taking out Fran Philippe, but unfortunately your main championship contender is now down into P7. Fran Philippe's still going at full song. Looks like everybody's kind of going full bore except Kipso, although as you can see, already Turbo wasting no time, Sabi rather wasting no time trying to get himself up the running order now up the inside of Turbo, who's picked up a 0.5, so we will see him at the penalty serving line. But also, as you can see, Kipso is doing a little something different. You can see really short shifting that car, making sure that he saves as much fuel as possible. I wonder what strategy he's got going on. I mean, with how long this race is, these guys really have to be careful to not use up too much hybrid in these early portions of the race. So Turbo falls down to position number 7, but thus far, everybody's made it through here at the end of lap number 1. Like I said, not much happening in the... Oh, wow. Okay. I guess Kipso's decided to wake up. Is he going to force the issue here? I mean, you got to back out. There's no way you can go around the outside here. Yeah, wouldn't have been very smart maneuver there from Napali to have backed out of that situation. And now Kipso all of a sudden has come to life and moves himself back up into P3. Unfortunately, Napali, who had just been demoted down to P4, makes that big mistake. Thankfully, he was able to catch it and will continue on in this race without any damage. But unfortunately for their sakes, we'll have to continue on in position number 6. One of your 3 championship contenders now spins out, unfortunately, spins back across the track and gets himself nose damage. That is really unfortunate there. For your P3 runner in the championship, all the way down to P9, barring a miracle. I think, unfortunately, this is definitely the final nail in the coffin for the Slovakian driver. First pit stop underway here for your race leaders. So I can only imagine going on to a set of medium compound rubber. A very early pit stop, if I'm honest. But only Fran Philippe and Kipso have continued on their existing set of tires. Mainly, this is just down to a fuel thing, as everybody was out. So I can only imagine going on to a set of mediums here for Ponzinibbio and a full load of fuel going into the back of that Toyota GR01 or GR010. I think it's how it's pronounced. So out of the pit lane now, just waiting on the pit stop for Fran Philippe. Thus far, it's been a dominant race. I mean, I'm probably gonna regret saying this because it's probably gonna jinx him. But I mean, really untouchable in qualifying, untouchable in the race. Really been untouchable the whole back half of the season. So full load of fuel going into the back of that car and down on the way back into the race lead for Fran Philippe. So Kipso is only going to come out in P3. It's going to be close here at T1 between he and Alessandro. Will the Italian opt to go for it? He will up the inside. And unfortunately, those cold medium tires not quite going to give Kipso enough grip to fight back. Alessandro now moves himself up into position number 3. Unfortunately, the woes continue here in the finale. So from having an outside chance to get the championship here today, unfortunately Zabi just loses it over the curb and spins out already in P10. Will remain in P10, albeit even further down, almost a minute behind. Poor guy. What is happening? Too many things going on. So it looks like Ponzinibbio missed the corner and falls down to P5 or P4. Huh. Of course, the second that I jump away. So he lost it on the way in. That must have been people don't most people don't know that on the outside they're going into this corner. There is it doesn't look like it's dirty, but there are marbles, and unfortunately Ponzinibbio has lost a spot to Napoli. Final pit stop of the season underway for what's looking like going to be a race winner and championship winner in Fran Philippe. So on to a brand new set of soft compound rubber, and I can only imagine a full load of fuel going to the back of this car for what should be about a 4, maybe 5 lap sprint here for the young Spaniard. So the fuel probe has been released, car is down and away, and Fran Philippe exits the pit lane here in position number 1. So looking at everybody else, Alessandro should pretty comfortably come out in P2. We'll see you guys. I'll jump forward here in just a second. So down and away for Alessandro, he will come out in P2. Kipso is coming now, is already refueling, so I'd imagine he will come out in P3, although it will be close with Napoli. I think, unfortunately, for Kipso's sake, Napoli will actually go ahead and inherit that P3 provisionally, but obviously got a lot of fuel to save on board the Slovakian driver. Kipso comes out in P4. Ponzinibbio will come out in P5, although Kipso is out of battery, so keep an eye on that as we make our way to the end of this race. Risako will come out in P6 pretty comfortably, and then Babu, Trobo, Zabi, and Sparshet complete the field. So, final pit stop of the season has been completed. Let's see how the season finishes out. I don't think Kipso is going to be close enough. Actually, Kipso just had a horrible exit. Unfortunately, you could kind of see it in the back of the frame there. Kipso with a really, really rough exit with no hybrid to defend. Unfortunately for his sake, Ponzinibbio now moves up into P4, and the battle is now on between Napoli and Ponzinibbio for that final podium spot. It's going to be saving fuel. We might have a 3-wide situation here on the back straightaway. Kipso is going to look to go up the inside. Careful that we don't have any contact. Really squeezing him down there. Oh boy, this could end in tears. Looks like Kipso is wisely going to back out here, and Ponzinibbio does as well. But once again, Kipso just doesn't have any battery. I don't think he's going to be able to make this work. Going to try it around the outside. Actually does make it work. Great move there from Kipso, at least provisionally up into P3. But we'll see what happens after Arnage. They're about to let Kipso, who doesn't have any battery, beat them. I don't get it. Oh wow! Napoli's off. Napoli's into the barrier. What on earth happened there? Did he just miss his brakes? I have no idea. He just missed his brakes. Just completely missed his brakes. Oh, that is so unfortunate for the ACTA driver. Well, luckily for him, he'll be able to carry on, although Rusaka might have a shot at him here for P5. But, I mean, with a full load of fuel and full battery, Ponzinibbio is going to set off after Kipso. But, yeah, these guys are coming to the white flag this time by, as Fran Philippe has picked up a 0.5. Oh, no. I don't know. That's a... Maybe out of frustration, maybe out of nuance, but unfortunately, oh, Napoli's crashed again. He's going to back it onto the racing line. I hope he gets moving before these guys get to him. Ooh, that was almost a ginormous accident. Oh, careful. Oh! Oh, well, that was a bit clumsy. When this championship started, I had no idea who Fran Philippe was. I thought, okay, you know, just another AM, just going to have some fun. But even though Wolfie dominated the early portions of the season, Fran Philippe just always kept it really close. Just kept it always right in that fine margin, coming home P2 and P3. And when Wolfie started to make his mistakes, Fran Philippe was there to pick up all the pieces. So, a very impressive and dominant drive from the young Spaniard, who I think we'll be seeing a lot more of for many years to come. But for today, coming through the final chicanes, it's going to be a championship, a race win, a grand slam for Fran Philippe through the final chicane, hopefully with no mistakes, no alarms, and no surprises. Fran Philippe becomes the green pole champion here of the Dual Duqueine Esports League. Congratulations, young man. Alessandro officially crosses the line to claim P2 in the race and P2 in the championship. Kipso will cross the line in P3, at least a podium to finish out after what was a very tumultuous end of this race, and a very tumultuous race to say the least for Kipso. And then Ponzinibbio is just going to come up just short there in position number 4. So thank you guys for watching. Obviously, we've got the Blackpool coming up here in a couple weeks' time for their finale. But Fran Philippe is your green pool champion.